5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. And liftoff. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
That was SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket earlier today en route to deliver a batch of 25 Starlink V2 mini-optimized satellites into low Earth orbit. That's the last of the group, and it marks the 11,000th of what is now just this massive constellation of Starlink satellites. Chatter is getting louder that CEO Elon Musk is targeting June to take SpaceX public. The IPO could raise as much as $50 billion at a valuation of roughly $1.5 trillion. Now, Reuters says that SpaceX and Musk's artificial intelligence platform xAI are in discussions to merge ahead of this IPO. Such a move would put Musk's rockets and AI ambitions into a single entity. While Elon targets a summer IPO, satellite manufacturer and mission services provider York Space Systems launched its own IPO today. Trading under the ticker symbol YSS, York priced at $34 per share. The stock gapped up nearly 12% at the open to $38 a share, then came down to $32.64 in early trade, and right now is trading at $34.46, up 1 1/3%. With the space race in full swing, let's head down to the New York Stock Exchange and York Space Systems founder and CEO Dirk Wallinger. Congratulations, Dirk. This must feel great.
Yes, it's an exciting day, obviously. We're happy to be on the market and happy to be part of, the stock exchange. It's a great tradition. It's an icon of American capitalism, so proud to be a part of it.
Well, you are a part of it, having started this company, grown it, and now you're right there at the heart of capitalism, launching the IPO. Your company's now valued at around, what, $4.7 billion, let's call it roughly. For viewers thinking about buying shares in your company, tell them what they're buying into. What's the narrative?
What they're buying is the leading provider of spacecraft mission solutions. So not only do we manufacture spacecraft, but we're a turnkey solution providing the entire ecosystem, whether that's the software that's on the platforms itself, which a lot of people kind of compare to the iOS for the iPhone, to our mission operations center, multiple mission operations centers, and close to 50 ground stations throughout the world. So it's a complete ecosystem. We're half the price of our closest competitors. We're a leading provider by number of satellites being operated in orbit for DoD's PWSA. So you're buying a company that executes in a really exciting market, and which we're a leader in.
Well, let's talk about the actual satellites that you are sending up. How are they different from what Elon Musk is sending up? And by the way, as I understand it, you do have your satellites going up in SpaceX rockets, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So SpaceX and other providers are capable of, placing our satellites in orbit, and so, SpaceX has done an amazing job reducing launch costs. Which makes it all possible. So the difference between SpaceX Starlink satellites is those are really specialized for communications. Mm-hmm. Our platforms really kind of serve 70–75% of the market. We're doing a wide variety of missions. So we are doing communications missions, but we're also doing synthetic aperture radar missions. We're doing remote proximity operations, which is kind of inspection of other satellites as well. We're doing advanced fire control and targeting. So the main difference is that we support really an entire ecosystem, which brings conformity across our platforms. So we have 3 different platforms ranging in size from 100 kilograms, about the size of a pretty large hotel fridge, to 2,000 kilograms, so the size of your car. And it's a complete ecosystem, turnkey, no matter what platform you're using. So it's basically less specialized and more capable of lots of different mission sets.
We're looking live at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and there's yet another SpaceX rocket ship waiting to go up. Could be at any moment. It's just fascinating to me how Elon Musk really started the sort of space cowboys, privatized space industry, along with, yes, Sir Richard Branson definitely was in there, Jeff Bezos right there with Blue Origin as well. But Elon's success has been pretty amazing. All of this comes at a time when we have a lot of problems globally with geopolitical issues, and the space race is very important to win. How do you feel your position to help out the U.S. government in all they are trying to do? Because this really coincides, your IPO, with the one-year anniversary of the president announcing his plan for the Golden Dome, the missile defense system.
Yeah, so York's been around since 2012, so we've been at this a decade and a half. I think when I founded and started the company, the United States was building billion-dollar satellites over a decade long, so you kind of think Hubble's is what we were doing then. And there was a realization by myself and this company that needed to change. We needed to have proliferation. We needed to have hundreds and thousands of satellites that would give us the resiliency we need to face our adversaries head-to-head. And also going up very often would give us the kind of technology refresh that the United States must have. And so now we're moving much closer to that moment. I mean, SpaceX is doing a great job with launch. They lowered the access to space and lowered that barrier and lowered the price, which is important. But now companies like York are leading the way with, let's put up a lot of different satellites the United States needs to proliferate. Take those billion-dollar satellites and proliferate them because, when you have hundreds of thousands of something, it's significantly more resilient, right? I mean, if there's a billion-dollar satellite, that's an asset that can be taken out pretty easily. But when there's hundreds and thousands of satellites, typically in low Earth orbit, providing capability, that makes the U.S. much more resilient and much more robust. And also, that type of quantities inject value into the supply chain, into the American economy, American production, and we absolutely need to lead. We invented drones. And now China owns that market.
Yeah, see, that's exactly where I was about to go with this, Dirk. You know a lot more than we do of what's going on behind the scenes. And China has more than something like 500 registered space companies. What about us? Are we ahead? Are we step for step? Tell us where you see us and what worries you at night.
What worries me is China's control of the supply chain, and that's why York has worked so very hard to control our supply chain. We're an American company. We buy American platforms and American production capacity. That's what we need. If we become too reliant on the Chinese supply chain, it will end up how drones did. I wouldn't say we're behind, but if we're not careful, we will be. They're a very serious competitor. Their ambitions in space are unquestioned at this point, and it's a battle we must win. We lost drones, and so we're trying to figure out a way to kind of come back from that. Our high-end drones are very capable, but we cannot have that happen in space. So we need to be the leader. We need to move to the forefront again, and I think Congress's support of proliferation through companies like ours and support of the supply chain, that's what we need at this moment, because this is a critical moment for the United States, our supply chain, and our national defense.
York Space Systems founder and CEO Dirk Wallinger, congratulations on the day. We don't put a lot of stock on how a stock moves on its first day. Right now it's slightly negative, but it's been all over the place. We'll continue to follow the story. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
We've been talking about silver and gold. They've been on this unbelievable record run. One of the biggest silver miners in the world is now digging even deeper to pull the critical metal from its mines. The CEO of Pan American Silver. Wait till you see what this stock has done over the past year. He's here live with his outlook. We'll ask him if he thinks the metal trade is anywhere near its peak. It's Fox Business exclusive. Stay with us.